Okay, I would like to welcome everyone to the 5th annual Talladega County High School Basketball Media Day. Opening up this morning, we have Lincoln High School Golden Bears. The Lady Bears are coached by first-year head coach Jessica Butterworth. Representing the Lady Bears today, we have Jayla Morris and Zaria Moore. The Lady Bears will open their season on Saturday in the Thanksgiving tournament at the Champion Center against Spring Garden. Representing the Lincoln High School Golden Bears boys program, we have Coach Doug Ward in his first season and his second stint at Lincoln High School. Representing the Golden Bears, we have Javion Searles, Trey Garrett, and Cam Reynolds. They will open up their season against Prattville Christian in the Silicaca Round Robin on November 25th. Both programs compete in Class 4A Area 9 play.
Coach, just talk about the young men and young ladies that's brought with you today. Start with Coach Ward.
All right. Well, still getting to know some of these guys. A couple of them were here when I was here the first time, but we're really dependent a lot on these three young men for leadership. You got Cam down here who's going to be playing guard for us, and he's established himself as a leader and working hard this summer. Trey, we can play him a little bit of everywhere on the floor. He's very gifted. I know he always wants to be a guard. Sometimes we may be playing him a little inside, depends on matchups. And then you got Javion, who sat out last year and was All-State as a sophomore. And looking forward to being able to coach all these guys and the level of talent that they have. And just going to be a lot of fun to work with. And it's been fun to work with them these few days that we had in the summer. Got to see a glimpse of them and how good they actually could be. So I'm really excited about that.
Mr. Searles, you missed this last season after having a great sophomore season. Just talk about being back and what's your expectations for this year?
My expectation for this year is to excel in what I did my junior year and just grind the whole season.
Healthy, 100% healthy basketball.
Yes, sir. 100% healthy and just 100% healthy.
Man, let's talk about the expectations, man. There's a lot of expectations around this team, high expectations that you guys can be one of those teams in Jacksonville, pushing to go to Birmingham. So just talk about that a little bit.
I was informed of those expectations during my interview, and I'd been hearing from a distance how good they were. But our goal is not necessarily. We don't want to set just a goal of win-losses, or we want to enjoy the journey. First of all, we want to come in every day and improve. I think if we come in every day and improve 1% each day, we come in and learn how to play together, and we learn how to guard. I think the key to this team is going to be able to defend. How well do they defend? Because we've got people that can score. So we want to be able to do the three things that everybody can do. We can defend, we can rebound, and we can run. And then the key to playing in our area is going to be learning our shot selection and transition defense, because the two teams that have been there and done that, if you miss a shot, they're gone. So we're really going to work hard on tying our shot selection into our transition defense and not giving up those easy buckets. We want people to have to score through us and not without us. So I think if we can do that and then buy in to my defensive system, and I buy into a little bit of freedom for them. I don't want a time to where they can't think. We want them to be able to play, not run plays. So just be able to use the athleticism that we got and just put pressure on both ends. We want to put pressure in getting paint touches, and we want to get pressure in getting open threes. Then we want to pressure them on defense and lock up the lane and say, you're going to have to score through us.
Yes, can you talk about your side? I know it's hard to do this when you got both programs together, and the tendency is, the guys will dominate. But let's get some. You're taking here and go back to the boys back and forth. But you're new with this, aren't you?
Yes, sir. This is my first year taking over this program.
And as a head coach.
Yes, sir.
So get done with the girls that you have here too?
Oh yeah, I coached the junior high girls last year, so stepping up to the varsity has been a huge step for me. But I've been very impressed with what I've seen so far with these girls. Right here, I got Jalen Morris. She's going to be our point guard this year. She's got great ball handling skills as well. She can shoot the three as well as driving it in. She's already got a few colleges looking at her, got a few coaches coming to look at her as well. She's got great potential. She keeps working hard. She's going to lead us a long way. And then I got Zaria Orr here as well. She's a huge impact player for us down low. She's very physical. She's a great leader on and off the court. I know this program, it hasn't been held to a high standard, and so when I came into it, I knew that I needed to grow, and these girls that I have here with me are a huge example of the athletes that I have, and if they can buy into what I want to teach them, as far as just basic shots, like our free throw percentage, we shoot those every day, 80 to 100 a day, and their shot percentage has already gone up 22%. So that's huge because free throws in girls basketball is win and lose games. We also have been working on fast breaks because that's huge in girls basketball. They're putting in the work, we're putting in running, constantly running for mistakes that we might have in practice and then running just to get in shape because we are going to be that team you have to beat in the fourth quarter.
And Coach, what kind of identity you want to have your team to have? You were a tough player, great player in your days. Let's talk about what kind of identity you want to have for your team.
We want to be the team that you're scared of when you see us walk in, because you know that we are going to have the ball control, the smarts, and the ability to take you down. We don't care whose the other jersey is. We're not afraid of anybody. Each game is day to day. No game is special, and so I think that we're going to be able to create an identity that we're going to be faster, smarter, and tougher than you.
What's your goals for year number one?
Year number one, the past is the past. But year number one, I want to improve on their previous records, but also we're matched up in a tough area. We have Talladega and Amos in both in our area, so that's a very tough matchup. But I think that if we play our game, we're going to be more than capable of getting out of the area, and once we do that, the sky's the limit there.
I mean, players, you talk about playing for Coach Buck, or how's everything been going?
For me, it's been a good, start. She acted with us in practice. I really like that because, she can teach you. Some people, they not visual learners. They have to be hands-on, walk through some stuff. And it helped me as a team captain to have somebody else on the other end help the other girls as well.
She's been really good from day one. She walked in and she knew what to tell us, what to teach us. And we just know that we can trust in her ability and her leadership to just carry this team to where it needs to be. But she's been a really great coach so far, and I'm ready to start the season with her.
Doug, I wanted to ask you, this is your second time through here, right?
Yes,
And obviously in the county.
Yes, sir.
What is your sense on how good, I'm just asking from the boys' perspective, boys basketball is in Talladega County?
Oh.
Now, the last couple of years they've been on a good run because they've had state champions, I think some runner-up, 2 Final Fours, and they've been the same teams. But in a general sense, I don't know if people look at Talladega County, like maybe look at Calhoun County, they obviously look at Jefferson County where the city schools are. How good is basketball in this county now?
First of all, I've been doing this, I've been in the area since 1997 as an assistant or head coach. And Talladega and Sylacauga, those teams have always been tough. When I was in private schools, we had to go through Talladega Central. We came one game short. We ran into Talladega Central. They went to the Final Four. We didn't. So there's always been tough basketball. But right now, I don't think you can argue that when you look at each level, when you look at each classification, there's tough basketball teams in those areas. And, being in the area with Anniston and Talladega, you better be prepared to play because they've been there, done that, and they're going to do their thing. So you've got to be prepared for that. But that's one of the reasons I came back was because basketball is important and basketball is good, and you're going to play against the best. You're going to have good players, that love basketball and want to play basketball, and you're going to play against teams that way. And that's what you want.
Coach Butterworth, last time I talked to you was a few years ago, and you do have some varsity coaching experience, but as a softball, you were the county coach of the year. How did that experience with getting some varsity coaching, how's that going to help you as you transition to coaching at varsity level and other stuff?
I think having that experience at Talladega, coaching varsity softball has really helped me because I teach middle schoolers, and so coaching high schoolers, it's totally different. Their mindset's different, everything's different. I think I'm prepared to play at that level now, coach at that level, because I do have that experience. I think that I'm well prepared to teach these girls what they need. They already have the ability, so now I just have to do my part on coaching situations, game time situations, getting them ready to practice. Like I said, we want to be that fourth quarter team, and so I think I have the knowledge, and I also have Coach Ward's been a huge help as far as getting into the basketball standpoint of it. But I think my previous coaching experience at the varsity level has been a huge impact because I feel prepared now.
And for the leading boys, talk about getting a chance to play against the defending champions in your area and the challenge that presents.
I mean, it's fun. We've been playing them for a long time. Rivalry game, basically. That's what we put like a rivalry game. I mean, they good, we good. They got athletes, we got athletes. Hey, they beat us by 7 points in the Anderson, at the tournament in Anderson. Last year, they beat us by 7 points. I mean, it's fun, basically.
I just think it makes us better as a team. I feel like you said, how Talladega County have great basketball. Playing Silicon, playing Talladega, all those teams like that, man. I mean, it just makes us better. And I feel like if we do get out when we do get out the area, I mean, it'll be easier for us because we're going against the defending champions. And they got a good team. Like Trey said, we lost to them by 7 in the regional up at Anderson. So I feel like that we got Coach Ward and Jay Young back and our team together. I feel like we got a good shot this year.
Just playing them that close give you guys a sense of confidence that we can play with them. We got one of our big guns back that we can overtake state champions.
Well, I mean, mainly we got to just focus on us day to day and play as a team. Jay gonna come back, he gonna get in the gym and work, and he gonna do what he do. So we gotta just rally behind him. As a team, it's a team effort, man. And so I feel like with Jay coming back and we getting our team back together and we're working now as we come back into the season, I feel like that we do got a chance to beat them this year.
But just talk about trying to gel everybody back together. You got Brian Gary had a great year last year. You got a lot of guys that just really played well last year. You got to get J.D. back in the mix. How's that process going to go? I know it hasn't really started yet. They just walked off the field. But how's that process going to go just to get them back in the swing of things?
Wow, it's going to be fun. You get to work with a lot of great athletes, a lot of good kids, and just the short time I spent with them this summer, they're very competitive. They're like brothers. They're going to argue with each other. They're going to compete with each other. But then when it's over, they're going to go hang out with each other. So I'm looking forward to going into practice where we can compete and then unite. And then I'm looking forward to them, how they learn to play together. I mean, there's a lot of shots to be shared. I hope that they take on the philosophy that it's not about them, it's about us. And I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be there. My concern is not necessarily on offense. I think that's going to come. My concern is defending and rebounding, because you can't give anybody second shots. You can't give anybody easy layups, and anybody can rebound. It just takes effort. So the hard part for us, and I don't know, I'm not saying they're not capable, I'm just saying in the summer we didn't cover it that much. The hard part for them is if they'll just sell out to playing defense and rebounding, the offense is going to come and it's going to be fun. Because what we have is set up for everybody to, now it may not be where you have one guy averaging 25 and the others, it may be you have 4 guys averaging 12 or 13. That would be the ideal thing. So, but I'm looking forward to working. You got some strong personalities, And I'd much rather have to pull them back and kick them forward. And so I'm looking forward to them. And, you know, we've had some intense times this summer but I like that. You know, as long as we know how to handle it. And they're mature young men, and they know how to compete. Coach Zediker's taught them how to compete and how to be classy about it. So I'm looking forward to jumping in and having this type of talent, this type of group.
Jessica, I know you said the past is the past, and we're obviously looking forward to what your program is going to do. But as you research girls' hoops in Lincoln, I know that the seasons hadn't been strong. Has there been an underlying reason for the struggles that they've had, and that you can talk about, and the challenges you face to basically change the culture, which is kind of what you're in there to do. And that's how every program change the culture. But you know what you're fighting to change.
Oh yeah, I'm very involved with going and watching other teams play. I didn't coach them last year, but I was at a lot of their games. So I was able to see what they were lacking at, and so that's what I've been hitting hard these last 3 weeks. If you ask these girls, a majority of our practice is running and free throws. I think they had a few games they could have won. I mean, maybe if their free throw percentage was up a little higher. And also, I felt like they were a little winded in the fourth quarter. I think maybe if girls could have stayed in longer, the key players, they would have been more successful. And I went to Mumford, so I played Lincoln all through. So, I mean, Lincoln's not a new area to me. And I think it's kind of always been the same as far as the same identity they've had. And so I'm trying to change that. These girls, I mean, they've been putting in a lot of work, and I think they're going to do a great job of meeting my expectations when we get into that first game. I think they're going to be ready to go. I mean, hopefully they'll be ready to go play another basketball game right after, okay? That's what we're hoping for.
And then, girls, what has been the biggest difference that you have seen? And I'm not getting you to talk bad about the last 4 or 5 years that they're at, but just a general sense on what's been the biggest difference right from the start. Say, hey, we never did this before, and now we're doing this, and it's cool. Has there been something like that that you can point your finger to?
Yes, sir. It'll be running, like, we condition more than I have ever conditioned, like, at a practice. Like, we practice for, like, an hour and 30. We probably run for, like, an hour and a half. And then whole hour and 30 minutes we run. It ain't nothing that we don't do that don't involve running. Like, you have to be conditioned to run 4 quarters of the game. So, I mean, it's running.
Like she said, running, but also collaboration. I feel like everybody there wants to work together so that we can succeed this season. And everybody doesn't want to, fight the whole entire time. We want to get along. We want to have a great season.
Right.
For both coaches, kind of talk about I know everyone's focused on the area championships, getting the regionals, getting the big dance in Birmingham or whatever. But also Talladega County Tournament, Brighton Markets. What's it going to take for your teams to kind of push through and say, hey, we're here to contend, we're going to compete with you guys? Because on the boys' side of Talladega, Silicaca, they're usually the championship match year in, year out. And the girls' side has been a little bit of changing of the guard there, with short versions and see becoming as strong as they've been in the past season or two. Just kind of talk about that.
I think that Lincoln is going to be more than able to compete this year. I've actually been following Childersburg a little bit, and one thing that I've noticed is that they have a 24-game home win streak, and I'm ready to take that county championship away from them. I want to be that loss that they get. I think if they buy in like they have been doing, we're more than capable of being a contender in the county championship game.
Wow. I hear you. Well, our goal, again, is going to be to come in, and improve. We know that you got Talladega, you got Silicaca. I've seen them play. And our goal is to come in and to be that team that is tough to play. We've got the tools, we've got the weapons, it's just going to take them coming in and getting the mindset that You know, every team, you know, it's not about who we play, it's about how we play. And it's coming in with that mindset that we're playing to a standard and we want to achieve certain goals, set steps that we have for each game, and look to get back in it, because it is a tough task to get into that championship game, because you're going to have to go through one of those two teams to get to it. So I'm excited about that.